Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Women's Coffee Club. We created this club to provide a safe space for women to share and inspire each other. And this morning, we have our special guest and presenter, Carol Cretella. We're so excited. She is awesome, and her topic is health and vitality, the key to peace and prosperity. Who doesn't want that, right? We all want that. So, Carol, with that, for those of you who normally never see a man on our platform, we welcome Michael. He supports women, and Carol requested that she asked me, and I said, yeah, absolutely, have Michael join us. So, welcome again, everyone. So grateful to have you here. Carol, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about your background, and why you decided this topic. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Rini. Good morning, everyone. What an honor and a privilege to share my path and passion with you this morning. And I want to acknowledge Rini, who created and conceived of the Women's Coffee Club for gathering this awesome group of individuals every week. It's always a group of beautiful souls who support each other in being the highest version of ourselves. And also want to thank you for being gracious to open up to our token male here. Michael is a dear friend for 16 years. Yeah, really dear friend of the family for 16 years. And he wanted to support me this morning. So before I tell you about my story, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about why I'm here. I'm a health and wellness coach, and I got into what I'm doing today because I saw uh, what I do for a vocation, because I saw a common scenario of overwhelm in women, particularly. They are juggling so much in their lives. They're running on a never ending treadmill of raising a family, being a wife, a mother, sister, daughter, friend, volunteer worker, employee, entrepreneur. And some women become caregivers for aging parents. Uh, they wear many hats in the belief that this is what we're supposed to do. So, does this resonate with any of you? Yeah. Okay, I see some nodding your heads and maybe Beth shaking her head facetiously. So I want to ask you, how long has this been happening to you? Has your health care been inconsistent or neglected? Have you stopped doing activities that you love? Are you uncomfortable in your own body? Do you sometimes feel grumpy or irritable? Do you have low energy or feel exhausted at times? I work with women primarily who want to look and feel healthy, energetic, and vibrant, but they struggle with weight gain, physical ailments, emotional pain, inconsistent follow through to create lasting change. So, do any of you relate to this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was me. So, I'll share my journey. At age 32, I had a case of chronic asthma. I carried inhalers with me everywhere I went. I was 20 pounds overweight, and I lived daily with chronic neck and shoulder pain from a car accident that happened years ago. How did I get to such a place at such a young age? But before I answer that question, I want to share more about my background. I was born and raised on Maui in Hawaii. And from an early age, I was fascinated with fashion design. As the child of an immigrant father from the Philippines, I was determined to make my mark in the world. So at age 20, I flew from Hawaii to New York City to attend college and forge my career in fashion. I worked my way up through various jobs during long and relentlessly demanding days. And I finally landed a job as head designer at a dress company. In my single-minded pursuit of success, there was hardly time for anything else. Fortunately for me, my soulmate found me, pursued me, and we got married. Otherwise, I'd probably be single today. After I had my only child, I was determined to keep it all. Hi, ladies. Hi, ladies coming in. I was determined to keep it all: marriage, career, motherhood, and my lovely home in the suburbs. My round trip from Long Island, where I live, to Manhattan added to a work week of 60 plus hours. Because of the stress, I eventually gained 20 pounds. The chronic pain in my neck and shoulders and the asthma did not have a ghost of a chance to heal. You know, those conditions, just the best I could do was just manage it. So one night at home, the asthma was worse than usual. My husband was out of town on a business trip, and I was home alone with my baby, my cranky, fussy baby. I finally put him to bed, and it was past midnight, and I did some chores. When I finally laid down to bed, it was past midnight. And I could not breathe. I felt like there was a ton of bricks weighing on my chest. The only way I could breathe is if I sat up. So I stayed awake and I willed myself to push out every single breath until I saw the morning, until I saw the sunrise. And I really believe if I had allowed sleep to overcome me that night, I would have died. So that was the turning point of my life. I was burnt out, I was unhealthy, and I was unhappy. You know, the mind plays games with us. My mind told me, stay in fashion. The money is there, stay. But my body and spirit were broken. The first thing I had to do was get my body healthy again. I joined the gym, I took classes, I did weight training, I changed my eating habits, I added more fruits and vegetables, and I decreased the red meat, and I cut way down on carbs. My body started to heal, but I was still working in a career that consumed my soul. Who I was inside was out of alignment with this toxic industry that revolved around greed. I wanted out, but my salary and my husband's salary were both needed to support our lifestyle. So one day I met Dana, a textile saleswoman. There was something different about Dana. She was so present, comfortable, and relaxed with herself that she radiated vitality and calmness. Unlike me, I was always pressed for time. Dana had an it factor, and that just drew me into her. So in casual conversation, Dana mentioned that she practiced yoga. The light bulb went off in my head. I had practiced yoga in college, but like so many other things, I gave it up, gave all those things up for my career. I was so inspired by Dana that I began to practice yoga again regularly. So what it is about yoga is all of the practices, the postures, the meditation, the breath work, being present and going inward addressed the whole of me, not just my body. That's why it's called a holistic practice. What I learned on my journey from sickness to health was that I was chasing prosperity by playing an outer game of working longer and harder. That brought prosperity, but not happiness.
Mhm.
Instead, I learned that true prosperity is an inside game of creating inner wealth. So, what is inner wealth? Three things, at least. It's having radiant health and vitality. It's having practices in your toolbox that you can use to rejuvenate, recharge, and rebalance. It means being deeply connected to your why.
Mhm.
So, what is meant by your why? Your why is why we get up in the mornings with joy and anticipation. It's the compelling higher purpose. It's our higher purpose that inspires us to keep going, to do better, and to be better ourselves. It's the source. It becomes the source of all that we do. So please remember, everybody, your health and vitality, the vitality of your body, mind, and spirit is your gold. Your energy is your fuel. You are the vehicle that will manifest the peace and prosperity in your life. So now we know how valuable inner wealth is. How do we get inner wealth? We can't just buy it, right? Three things. First of all, anyone can cultivate inner wealth. You can learn systems and practices to be healthy, resilient, and peaceful. You can learn tools to become grounded and centered in the midst of chaos. You can learn to discover and connect with your why. Number two, declare your self-care to be non-negotiable.
Mhm.
We have to have non-negotiables in our lives, and self-care is number one. And we do this by establishing strong boundaries, by communicating those boundaries in a clear and compassionate manner. This is a process that requires patience, love, and compassion with yourself. And it also requires experimentation to discover the strategies and practices that are best for yourself. There is no one size fits all. That's why we are all on a journey. And thirdly, you don't have to do it by yourself. Get an accountability buddy, seek community, seek mentors or coaches. This is a worthwhile use of your time and resources because
Mhm.
you are worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, you can be fit, fierce, and fabulous. And what do I mean by fierce? It means having an unshakable inner peace. So just imagine the fulfillment, joy, and prosperity if we can maintain an unshakable inner peace no matter what. What will happen? You will be seen as a valuable person, the kind of person who will manifest outer wealth. So let's get back to my story. It was a long journey from age 32 to age 68. My asthma is gone, the neck and shoulder pain is gone, and the extra 20 pounds are gone. Those are all a part of my very distant past. I call it my journey to me.
Mm-hmm.
My 36-year journey, in that journey, I learned systems and practices to maintain my health and wellness. I have tools in my toolbox. And during that time, I developed my own system of maintaining my ideal weight. I'm 5'2.5" and I weigh 114 pounds. That's ideal weight for my height. And this is really key, without fighting myself. This is really, really key. So how do you connect with your why? Well, there are many ways. Going inward. So pursuing modalities like yoga, the meditation, the breath work, going inward, reflection, journaling, visualization, affirmations. This bundle of skin, bones, muscle, organs, and tissue, this is our earth suit. And we are each given only one earth suit. And the extent to which we care for this earth suit is the extent to which it will serve you. And I believe we are given this earth suit to help and serve others. So that is your why. Pablo Picasso said, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. That's your why. And when I say give it away, it doesn't have to be for free, because your why is priceless. It is priceless to the person that you are put in this world to help. The people and persons that you serve would not have healed. They are not suffering because you help them. And the way to discover and fully realize your why is to become the best version of yourself. To care for your body, mind, and spirit. So ladies, step one, self-care, your health. And just remember, your self-care is non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable. So I'm a health and wellness coach. I want to mention some of the systems and practices in my toolbox. I'm a certified yoga and Pilates instructor. I've been teaching full-time for 19 years. I'm a certified teacher of the art of feminine presence, which is a body of work of 44 practices that reconnects women. And now, Michael, there is an art of male presence too, an art of masculine presence too. So this is 44 practices that connect women and men to their essence, their internal essence, which is the most powerful force within you. I have also studied the law of attraction, Ho'oponopono, which is an ancient Hawaiian system of conflict resolution. And I studied quite a few thought leaders in the field of human potential. And at this point, I'd love to share I'd love to share some practices. So I'd like to share some of these practices with you. We're just going to touch on a couple of things. Uh, are you up for it? Hope you're up for it. All right. So let's just do a yoga stretch right here, seated in our chairs. And this is one way that you can save time. We can all save time because time is always of the essence in our busy lives. So place your left hand on your right knee and place your right arm behind on your chair. And as you breathe in, sit up tall, lift your chest, pull your belly in, twist to the right while pulling your belly in, and gaze right. Feel your back muscles lift and lengthen your spine. Feel your belly muscles support your back muscles like a muscle sandwich to support your lumbar spine. And ladies and gentlemen, this is also squeezing out toxins in the abdominal organs. So breathe in, bring your head back to center, and don't lose any height as you unwind. Right hand to your left knee, left arm on your chair. Breathe in, sit tall, pull your belly in. Twist to the left as you exhale and gaze left. And just feel the expansion across your chest. Feel how the left side of your chest is opening. Inhale, head back to center, and exhale. So just stay just as tall as you did in your posture. So that's one thing that you can do seated at your desk. And there are other things that we can do to save time. I call it kitchen yoga. Just hold on to the counter of your kitchen, step back and stretch your behind away to stretch your spine. You can also do balance poses while you brush your teeth, like the tree pose. Have you heard of the tree pose? It's yoga. You can do that while you're brushing your teeth. And you can also do it in the supermarket, holding on to the shopping cart. You just lift one foot. Nobody will know that you're doing a balance pose. And I'm going to share with you one more practice because I know that Rini likes to open up. Rini likes to open up the floor to get some feedback and questions. This is called the straw breath. Any of you heard of the straw breath? Okay, so you just use a common straw. I cut the straw in half. What it does is it concentrates the breath so that it takes a little more effort to push out the breath. You can do the straw breath without the straw also. You can just purse your lips. So do it with me, everyone. We're going to inhale for 4, purse your lips, and exhale for 7. We'll do it a few times. Let's begin. Breathe in for 4 counts. And exhale for 7. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. Exhale for 7. One more time. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 7. And bring your breath to normal. Just take another deep breath in. And take a slow, relaxed exhalation. Just open your eyes, everyone. So these practices to recenter, reground, and I hope you're feeling really nice from the straw breath. And by the way, it's such a thing that you can buy this tool on Amazon and just hang it around your neck. This is the straw.
Mhm.
Just carry it around your neck with you all day long. And you can recenter and rebalance. So the reason that relaxation is so important is because, and having tools to relax is because overeating is often a way that we misguidedly use to manage stress, to numb the feelings that come up during stress, the whatever it may be, anger, confusion, you name it, right? You name it, the whole gamut of feelings. And ladies, I would love to help you create your unique blueprint for your lifestyle that will cultivate inner wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps, Michael. And we will go step by step to mastering each stage, building success upon success to create a lifestyle of inner wealth, empowered by your why. So remember, the world is depending on you. So take care of yourself, or at least one person, the person that you are meant to serve, or the people or the world. They are depending on you to be the best that you can be to fulfill your why. So I have a free workshop coming up on February 7th, which is so appropriate since Valentine's Day is coming up the week later. And it's called Reclaim Your Radiance and Joy. I'll be sharing more tips on health and vitality, and it'll be like a Q&A session also. I'll put the Zoom link in the chat as well as my contact info, and I'll just turn the meeting back to Rini.
Thank you so much, Carol. Wow, that's wonderful. Good tips and everything. So let's open the floor for feedback. And Karen, we'll start with you. Let us know what your thoughts are on this particular topic, and if you have any questions for Carol.
Well, I know Carol very well, and what really is evident to everyone, but specifically to me, I know that Carol absolutely has non-negotiable items that she fully adheres to in order to, manifest and bring forth and live the vitality that she speaks about. So I can assure everyone here who doesn't know Carol that she really walks her talk. And I'm continually impressed with how she just makes it look so easy. And that's something that I think all of us want. We'd like to have that ability. So, I think Carol has given us a good introduction. And because I know her so well, I don't have any specific questions. I'd like to let somebody else maybe have a chance at that. But thank you, Carol. That was very, very well done presentation.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. Yeah, and Carol, look how young she look, how beautiful she is. She practiced, she walked the talk. Is that how you say it? Where she actually is a good example for all of us. I've known Carol only for a short time, but I feel like I've known her for a long time. She's the real deal. So grateful for you, Carol. Tiffany, what are your thoughts on this?
I was very inspired by your talk, Carol, so thank you. I actually just pasted in your workshop for the 7th. I just would like to know more. I just started doing yoga probably right before Christmas. And I love it. I'm just so new to it, but that entire inward journey is something I haven't really done in my life before. And I come home feeling so rested and the stress level is down. And so for someone who's absolutely juggling all those things that you say,
Mhm.
I'm very open to many of your ideas and I appreciate you sharing them today.
Thank you, Tiffany. Absolutely. We're so busy. We are so worried. We're so anxious. All of the
All of the
above.
above, all of the above.
Sometimes we forget about this inner journey and inner work, you know. So, Carol, so grateful. Michael, what are your thoughts? I know you're the only male here, but I'm sure you have a lot of. What's your feedback?
Michael, you're
Michael, your turn, and then we'll go to Beth after this.
I'm very privileged to see Carol 50 times a year. We meet every Friday morning at Toastmasters. And the person that's smiling there and so polite and kind and wonderful, that's her all the time. She really does walk her talk. She is kind, considerate, caring, and helpful. And that's, I think, the main thing is that she wants to help people realize their full inner potential. And she's done it. And one of the things I've actually photographed her doing her yoga poses, and she's amazing. Considering that she's a little bit older than 32 now, and she does these incredible poses. So she really does what she's saying that she does. And for anybody to take classes with her or to consult with her or to want to, take a retreat with her, I would highly recommend it because she truly is one of the best people I've ever met in my life.
Wow, that's a
Oh,
great compliment.
thank you, Michael.
Like, oh, that's awesome. See, Carol, all this accolade. Uh, thank you, Michael. Beth, you're next, and then Suzanne after that.
I just wanted to say thank you because sometimes we know things and we forget and we get caught up in that busy and it's just a stop for a second and do a twist or breathe. And now it's back in the forefront of my mind. I'm about to go off and work the rest of the day. And it's back in the front.
Excellent.
So I can remember to do that. I'm in the middle of a cleanse. So it's like things are all over the map. But having that mindset works wonders.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Beth. And I like it that Carol said it's non-negotiable. Did you hear that? So put it in the forefront of your mind. I need to do that. I need to think of that. I'm gonna remember you, Carol. Non-negotiable. I love it. Suzanne.
What a great talk. And I love the fact that you're doing the yoga, and that makes sense from last week when you were talking about that and wanting to add it into your going back and doing it on the beach. Wow. My biggest thing was that for me, when I was going through my defining moments, finding that mentor first to help you know your self-worth helps you get back into the self-care, because I found that doing it on my own, I wasn't accountable to myself. But once you have the mentor, the person that you can really count on, you're going to be more accountable to yourself.
Right.
So I guess I would just say that for some people, find the mentor first to get back to who you are, to find your self-value, and then you're going to find that all of these other things start to flow better. Because I can tell you, before I joined BTI, there's no way I would have even thought myself worthy to do some of the things for self-care. But once I found an organization that believed in me, it was so much easier to take pride in who I was because they saw me. And when they saw me, I was like, oh, I'm not invisible anymore because I spent all my life feeling invisible. So once they saw me, it was so much easier for me to get into the practice of self-care. And as soon as I can find the yoga place where I live, I'm going to join it.
Good.
That's awesome, Suzanne. I've known Suzanne. The BTI is Brave Thinking Institute. It's a coaching program that Suzanne participated. But I've seen the changes in you, Suzanne. So I know you don't recognize that, but I do. I see the changes in you.
The
So yes,
confidence. Yeah. Yeah. You see the confidence and
yes,
I've come
absolutely.
alive since you first met me.
Yes, yes. So thank you for that. Jane, you're next.
Hey, everyone. It's wonderful to be here. And I have to say that I am very inspired by what you said. And I love, 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 love the word non-negotiable. That just stops you in your tracks. It's like, oh, that means business. And it's, don't we need to all be committing to ourselves, right? What I also loved was the help and serve others and give it away, not because it's free, but that it truly is priceless and it has such tremendous value. So that all wrapped up is, well, it's a nice present for me. And so I'm very thankful for that. So I have a few more notes. Aren't we here to serve? Our why, and our why is everything. So, but as humans, we need continuous reinforcement, and we give it to ourselves. We have to find it and give it back. As we give out, we need to replenish. And so, thank you, because it's just one more reinforcement that we all need. So namaste.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, Jane. It's good seeing you. You
Yeah.
always have so much wisdom to share. So, Omeka, you're next. Omeka is awesome. She exercises and she does drumming.
Yeah, thank you. I needed to exercise while y'all was talking because I'm like, okay, I can't just sit. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably why in school they were probably like, stop fidgeting. I'm like, look, I need to exercise right now. I need to stretch. Keep talking. I'm listening. So thank you. I came in right on a great part. You were talking about wealth and something else. And I was like, okay, your wealth is gold or something. I was like, all right, perfect sentence for me right about now. And yes, got the image of the grocery cart. I do Instacart a lot, but I still have that image. And I dance around and do all kind of stuff in the grocery store anyway. Everybody else is kind of like zombied out, and I'm singing and dancing. So doing a little extra yoga, that'll be great too. And also the kitchen exercising on the table. On the island or whatever. So yeah, thank you for those images. Thank you for the non-negotiable. Thank you for the self-care, self-care, self-care. I made a decision to not do something today, and that was my self-care. I just have to keep it up. And I'm proud of myself. I just say it out loud to help me on my journey. And yes, yes, yes. I'll continue to celebrate myself and those I choose to be around that are living the beautiful life. And yoga, exercise, self-care. Let's go. Yes,
Thank
thank you so
you.
much.
So thank you, Omeka.
Miss Carol, we in the South, Miss Carol.
She's
Miss Ray.
always in good spirits. Thank you, Omeka. Lori, you're next. Lori, can you talk?
She's driving and she said she can't talk.
Okay,
The
that's
chat.
fine. Christine. She's also working, I think. So Christine, can you talk? If not, we'll just skip, we'll go to Faith. Faith?
I enjoyed this very much, and I would like to say that our hostess looks beautiful and her skin looks beautiful. And not only does she look youthful, but she has that cuteness of someone young. So, yeah, we can all see how her self care and her healing radiates from within her. And that's very inspiring. And I thank you.
Thank you, Faith. It's so true. Uh, Jingmin? Jingmin?
Jean.
Jing?
Sorry, I'm driving. I can't talk.
Okay. But this has been a wonderful presentation, Carol. I think we all enjoy it. You know, I even like the sitting exercise that you, because to me that, you know, I sit a lot because I'm on a computer and a lot of us probably in the same boat. So this has been really inspiring. And Carol is going to post her link and information also on the Women Coffee Club chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat
And
here.
yeah, we have the Women's Coffee Club Facebook page also that I'll have Carol share the link with you if you want to join, because we have each week we have a different presenter presenting different topic. So it's always at 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. But Carol, I think I've had everyone's feedback so in a turn. So I'm going to give it back to you, Carol, before we close. Next week, our presentation is about social media marketing. Diane Morgan will speak on the topic of the keys to an authentic and monetizable online presence. So if you want to learn about social media and marketing, next week is a good chance for you to come back here again at 7 o'clock on Thursday morning. So Carol, this has been so great, such a great topic, such a great conversation. I'll turn it back to you before we close.
Okay, sure, great. So if and does anyone have any specific questions that they would, like to explore? Okay.
Go ahead, Suzanne.
Suzanne, sure. Oh, Suzanne, you are muted.
I forgot I sneezed. I didn't want you to hear my sneeze. I have a perfect place on my Ask Me Bridge Builders for someone who can inspire self-worth through self-care, if you're interested. It's more of a physical fitness and yoga idea. So if you're interested in being a volunteer as needed, I'd love to have you.
Where are you located?
Well, I'm in Texas, but you can do it
It's
online.
online.
Oh, sure. You can.
I'll reach out to you. I'll reach out and let you know more about it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, Suzanne does a program. It's for individuals with, on the
Autism,
spectrum, autism.
Yeah, I think
So
I came to your
yeah.
talk. Yes.
Yes. And I have team leaders from all different categories to help women get back over the bridge into society again. And some of these women have no idea where to start taking care of themselves.
Sure.
Because no one ever cared about them in the past. So they've lost all interest in self-care. And I think going at it from your point of view would be perfect for them.
Good. Yes, because everyone has a gift. Everyone has a why. We are put on this earth, for a reason, for sure. Yes.
That's what I teach them. But yet, as you say, until you can find that why,
yes,
you're not going to take care of yourself. And that's why your whole purpose is perfect.
Yes, right. I also like what Jane said, that we give out and we need to replenish. And again, That's because we have our why. That's why we need to replenish ourselves. You know, it's a cycle. Yeah, thank you for that, Suzanne. Yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. You know,
check.
one of the, let's go back to what's in my toolbox. Okay, what's in my toolbox? So one of the things, darn, okay, this is a wonderful tool right here. This is a wonderful tool. I put my self-care list on a to-do list on Google Calendar, and I refer to it throughout the day, and I can check off. Some of you, if you were here for Kim's talk, she was the nutritionist, and she said that we should all be eating 5 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. And I was eating 3 fruits and a lot of vegetables. Vegetables, no problem for me, but I was eating 3 fruits. So I found that eating 5 fruits, you really need to remember and make an effort of that. So I actually put that on my to-do list. Fruit 1, fruit 2, fruit 3, fruit 4, fruit 5, and check it off, check it off, check it off, check it off. And it's like if we flood in the good stuff, I call it flooding in the good stuff, we will flood out the unhealthy stuff. So if you make a point to cover the good stuff that needs to be covered, that leaves less room for the unhealthy stuff. Okay, so that's another tip that I wanted to share. Another tip, and I'm glad we have 9 minutes left. Another tip is what I call it's not what I call, it's called the savers. And this is a system that was developed by Hal Elrod. He wrote a book called The Miracle Morning. And what Hal Elrod did is he researched and he came up with 6 practices that all of the successful, effective people throughout history have done. And he called it the savers. It's an acronym for silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. Now, the S for silence it stands for meditation. You know, he calls it silence because he wants it to be a very nice, memorable acronym. And the S for scribing means journaling. So what Hal put together was do each of your savers for 1 minute a day. 1 minute a day. So if you're doing all of those 6 powerful practices for 1 minute a day, it totals 6 minutes.
Right.
And when you start doing it, you'll realize how powerful 1 minute of silence is. 1 minute of affirmations, 1 minute of visualization. Now, of course, you want to exercise more than 1 minute a day, but if you just do jogging in place for 1 minute, you'll see how it changes your state of being in 1 minute. Read for 1 minute. Read for 1 minute, and you're going to get hungry for reading more than that. So now I make it a point and I put it on my to-do list to be checked off. I read 15 minutes a day. So in addition to the savers, I read 15 minutes a day. So that does a day, you know, it's for a day to go by without reading 15 minutes. I would have to make a decision that I just don't have that 15 minutes. But for the most part, we can fit in that 15 minutes to read. And my life has changed, really changed, since I'm completing books now in the midst of all this chaos that's going on in my mind. Exercise, reading, and then the scribing, journaling. That was the hardest one to get to. I found when I started doing the savers that day after day after day, I kept forgetting or not doing the journaling. So it becomes very evident to you what you're not doing. And then I made a decision, darn, I'm going to put my journal right there at my desk, and I'm going to take 1 minute to journal. Darn it. And now I'm doing the savers, and it's a grounding. Not only are these powerful practices, but they are grounding practices. They ground you. You did your savers in the morning. You did it. There's so many things you can do with this tool. So what I did for visualization, there's a voice recording function. I recorded a 1 minute visualization, a 2-minute visualization, 3-minute visualization. My affirmations are in the notes section here. So you can do your affirmations, in addition to the 1 minute per day, you can do it throughout the day. You can do it anytime during the day. And your to-do list reminds you of what you haven't done. So, there's a lot of criticism about technology, about how bad it is. Well, it can be great. It can be awesome. It can be, fulfill Steve Jobs. He did change the world with it, and we can change our worlds with that too.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so Karen knows I'm just full of all of these things, because remember, ladies, I've met a gentleman. I've been on my journey for 36 years. It doesn't have to take you as long as it did me, because for the longest time I did not seek out help. And time after time after time again, I thought I can do it myself. And time after time after time again, what happens. You know the story. I have a mentor. As a matter of fact, I have a mentor. I have a coach. I have 2 accountability buddies.
Wow.
They're out there. They're out there. We're here to support each other.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Carol. That's really awesome. I think that, very good advice with the non-negotiable and putting it as part of your to-do list. It's kind of changing your habit, one step at a time.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
That is really awesome. I know we have 3 more minutes, so one more thing, self-compassion. I am not a fan of relying on willpower alone to lose weight. And I will tell you why. Because willpower is a judgment. It's a judgment that says that if you have willpower, you're strong and you're good. And if you don't have willpower, you're weak. It's the journey, your journey is slipping and sliding sometimes. It's all part of the journey. There is no failure, only learning. So if we go, perhaps go off, it's an opportunity to say, okay, why? How was I feeling in that moment? What did I really need besides that candy bar? Perhaps, perhaps I needed 1 minute of affirmations, So compassion, love and compassion is how that's how I eventually came to maintain my my ideal weight. Love and compassion. Okay.
Sounds good.
And
That's awesome.
I'll send it back to Rini. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
Rini.
Omeka, go ahead. We're almost
Yeah, I just
running
wanted
out
to
of
say
time.
right quick, I listened to something yesterday, whatever, but it was saying, and this is all bringing it together. In the presence of stress, which we're creating, but in the presence of stress, self-care can help bring us back to balance and keep us from eating or whatever. And self-care in terms of meditation or affirmations, journaling, all of those different tools can bring us back so that we don't overeat, or we don't smoke, or we don't drink, or we don't whatever, start cursing somebody out, whatever it is that we're dealing with. Because of stress. And we blame, oh, I'm stressed. Okay, what's really going on? But anyway, and self-compassion, yeah, that kind of brings it back around too. So thank you.
Quite
you.
welcome, Omeka.
Yeah, this has been a great presentation, conversation, and sharing. I mean, all of you. So thank you again, and I hope you all can come back next week, including you, Michael.
No, this will
We love
probably be a
the-
long shot deal, but I do want to thank you for having me here. And I'm going to be talking with Carol tomorrow because she's probably got 20 speeches that she's going to be needing to do at our club. She's very good. But
Thank you
for
again.
inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Yeah,
seeing you.
all of you. And Jane, so good to see you. Come back. Come back. And Suzanne and Omeka, of course, and all of you, Faith, Jane, Christine, and Carol, thank you so much for such a great presentation. And
Thank you.
again, next week about the social media and marketing presentation. Come back next week and have a great day, everyone, and have a great weekend. So I'll hopefully see you again next week. Bye-bye, all.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Rini.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
My pleasure.